Hello everyone. The Paris Olympics has just concluded successfully, making the French capital the second city in the world to host the Summer Olympics 3 times. The Olympics have returned to Paris after exactly 100 years, but the event has faced significant controversy due to a series of organizational issues. City of Light, Paris emerges as a dazzling yet starkly contrasting painting, where blossoms are reserved for the wealthy and tears belong to the wretched poor. Now, let's take 5 minutes to explore this issue together. Paris, the 1,000-year-old capital of France. Many know the French capital by its illustrious titles: the City of Light, the Fashion Capital, or the City of Love. So where does the name Paris come from? They were the Parisii, a tribe of the Gauls who lived along the Seine River. They began living on the Ile de la Cité around the 3rd century BCE. This place is very convenient for trade and commerce, while also serving as a strong natural fortress in times of war. However, by 52 BC, the Lamé people were still able to conquer this region, the marshy land of the Parisii. Gradually, that name was shortened to Paris. Shortly after the fall of the Lamé Empire, the Frankish kingdom was established in 506. At that time, King Clovis I decided to choose Paris as the capital, while also transforming it into a major political, cultural, and economic center. This site marks a significant milestone in the city's history, as a series of new structures were built. In 843, after the Treaty of Verdun was signed, the Frankish kingdom was divided into 3 parts: East Francia, Middle Francia, and West Francia. West Francia established its capital at Laon, a city located 120 kilometers northeast of Paris. By 987, the Kingdom of France was established by Hugh Capet, a son of Paris, who chose his homeland as the capital. In the following centuries, this city grew increasingly prosperous and attracted more French settlers. The result was that the city grew increasingly cramped, making King Clovis IV feel stifled and uneasy. Therefore, in 1682, he decided to move to the Palace of Versailles, located just over 17 kilometers from the center of Paris. Nevertheless, the official capital remains unchanged. By 1789, the French Revolution erupted in Paris, once again turning the city into the nation's center of power. Afterward, the city successively hosted many major events of the hexagon-shaped country. One of the most notable events was the Paris Commune of 1871. Though it lasted only 72 days, it is considered the first socialist state in the world. Paris is not only famous for its revolutions but also hailed as the City of Light thanks to its public gas lighting system. Moreover, this place boasts a series of massive structures built during the Peléport era, most notably the Eiffel Tower. Completed in 1889, this structure was once the tallest in the world at that time, reaching an impressive height of 330 meters. But after that glorious era, humanity had to endure 2 devastating world wars. The Germans always harbored the ambition to occupy Paris, and they succeeded in invading the city in 1940 during World War II. Currently, northern France is under the direct control of the German military, with its capital being the city of Paris. Meanwhile, the south was under the administration of President Philippe Tin's government, with its administrative center located in the city of Vichy, approximately 315 kilometers south of the capital. When the Nazis were losing ground, Führer Hitler ordered the destruction of Paris to hinder the advance of the Allied forces. But General Dietrich von Koditz was so captivated by the dazzling beauty of the imperial city that he disobeyed orders. Thanks to this, the architectural structures in Paris have been preserved intact to this day. The city of Paris is located in northern France, surrounded by the areas of Saint-Denis, Hauts-de-Seine, and Vanderman. These 3 provinces are often called the Small Circle, while the Large Circle includes the provinces of Vendoire, Yvelines, Aisne, and Saint-Domingue. The capital of France, along with 7 neighboring provinces, forms the Île-de-France region, often affectionately referred to as the Paris region. The Greater Paris urban area consists only of the central city, 3 provinces within the Petite Couronne, Inner Ring, and some neighboring communes in the Vendoire and Aisne regions. It can be seen that Paris is a relatively small city with an area of just 105.4 square kilometers, yet it was home to over 2.1 million people in 2023's territory, yet it is home to 18.6% of the country. A soul upon the waves, forever unsinkable. This river flows through the heart of France in an arc-shaped course from east to west, with its southern bank, left bank, covering a significantly smaller area than the northern bank, right bank. Like many other cities, Paris was shaped and flourished along the Seine River, which transformed it into a vital commercial hub. Today, the capital of France is part of the Harappa port, which consists of three main areas, Le Havre, Rouen, and Paris, connected by the Seine River. Rouen is located midway between two major cities, approximately 110 kilometers northwest of the capital Paris and about 70 kilometers southeast of Le Havre. The city is situated on the Strait of Mange, serving as a bridge connecting France with the countries along the North Sea and the Baltic Sea. In 2023, Harappa Port handled a cargo throughput of 81.3 million tons, ranking 8th among European seaports. In terms of container volume, this seaport handled 2,630,000 TEUs, ranking 11th in Europe. The coastal location gives Paris a mild oceanic climate, with winters that are not too cold as temperatures rarely drop below 3 degrees Celsius. Therefore, this city rarely sees snowfall, while summers are warm with average temperatures ranging from 15 to 25 degrees Celsius. However, in recent years, temperatures have frequently hit new records, sometimes exceeding 40 degrees Celsius. Therefore, Paris experiences frequent showers throughout the year, with an average annual rainfall of 641 millimeters. This city has a relatively flat terrain, with its lowest point at just 35 meters above sea level, while the highest point reaches only 130 meters. Paris has become one of the world's leading developed cities thanks to many factors, but the most crucial is its prime location along both banks of the Seine River. Point 0. This area spans 22.5 hectares, is 1,200 meters long, and has a maximum width of 300 meters. To the east lies Ile St. Louis, covering just 11 hectares, measuring 720 meters in length and at most 200 meters in width, about half its original size. These two islands are the cradle that gave rise to the city of Paris, and they are connected by the Pont St. Louis Bridge. Since 2014, this place has banned all motorized vehicles, allowing only pedestrians and bicycles to pass through. These two islands are connected to the rest of the city by 12 bridges, with 8 bridges on the Ile de la Cité and 4 on the Ile St. Louis. There are a total of 37 bridges spanning the Seine River throughout the city. Among these, the oldest is the Pont Neuf, located on the western side of the Ile de la Cité. New Bridge. This structure was built from stone, so it has stood the test of time, while wooden architectures have gradually faded away. Thus, the new bridge has become the oldest bridge in the City of Light. Currently, the two islands Ile de la Cité and Ile St. Louis are part of central Paris, located within the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th arrondissements. These administrative units are managed collectively, while each remaining district has its own district head. A distinctive feature of Paris is that each district is divided into 4 smaller neighborhoods. The city has a total of 80 wards, located within 20 districts, all of which are numbered in a spiral pattern. Starting from District 1 in the center, gradually expanding outward to the surrounding areas in a clockwise direction. In addition to their numerical order, each district is also named after a representative landmark. For example, District 1 is also known as Louvre, because it is home to a globally renowned museum. It can be seen that the center of Paris is located in the northern area, on the right bank of the Seine River, where economic, financial, commercial, and entertainment activities are concentrated. The southern left bank area, though more modest in size, is home to many renowned universities, focusing on education, culture, and research activities. In the past, Paris was often divided into 2 parts along a north-south axis, with the northern residents typically being more elaborate and conservative. Southerners are often more open-minded and have a deeper passion for the arts. Today, with the increasing influx of immigrants, the city is gradually being divided into 2 distinct economic zones, with the western area being more developed than the eastern one. If the center of Paris lacks greenery, the 2 ends of the city boast vast parks. These areas were originally natural forests, later developed into recreational spaces for the people of Paris. Border Vincent spans an area of 995 hectares, located in the eastern part of District 12. Here, there is a 0.73 hectare area exclusively for nudists, opened in 2017. Border Boulevard in the western part of District 16 covers a smaller area, only about 847 hectares. Located along the Seine River, this area is designed with numerous lakes, providing space for people to dock their boats and enjoy the scenic views. These two lush green forests are a favorite destination for Parisians, where they can find a romantic and peaceful retreat in the heart of the French capital. Paris boasts one of the most complex transportation systems in Europe. The dazzling capital of Paris is renowned for its diverse, modern, and one of the world's most complex transportation systems. Among them, the most prominent route was established in the 19th century as the city expanded westward, forming a historic axis stretching over 8 kilometers. The story begins with the statue of King Louis XIV placed in front of the Louvre Museum. From there, continue heading west, cross the Tuileries Garden, and then reach the Champs-Élysées Avenue. This road ends at the roundabout right beneath the Arc de Triomphe, the intersection of 12 grand boulevards. If we continue along the historical path, heading west will lead to Grand Aimé Boulevard, then passing through Pau de Margeau, once one of the ancient city gates of Paris. To get to the city outskirts, follow National Highway 13, cross the Seine River via the Fond du Lougui Bridge, then continue to the final destination, Gondar. This structure is located in La Défense, the financial district in the suburban area. It can be said that the capital city of Paris has countless roundabouts, as they are a distinctive French invention. Therefore, this is one of only 2 cities in the world to have been honored with the Sustainable Transport Award twice, in 2008 and 2023. From 2022 to 2023, urban trips were primarily made on foot, 53.3%, followed by public transportation, 30%, bicycles, 11.2%, and cars, 4.3%. City residents often prefer using the Métropéry subway system over private vehicles. With 16 lines, 320 stations, and a total length of up to 245.6 kilometers, this system is a convenient choice for commuting. This type of transport serves approximately 4 million passengers daily and over 1.5 billion passengers annually. Since its launch in 1900, the Métropéry network has become the most widely used public transportation system in the region. Additionally, the city boasts an AER train system consisting of 5 lines, 257 stations, with a total length of 602 kilometers. This network connects Paris to suburban areas and neighboring cities. In addition, the urban area also has 14 ground-level railway lines with a total length of up to 186.6 kilometers, connecting 278 stations. In the suburban area, the transportation system consists of 9 Transilien routes with a total length of 1,299 kilometers, serving 392 stations. Notably, the automated VAL metro system consists of 3 lines, connecting central Paris with 2 airports. Charles de Gaulle Airport is located 23 kilometers northeast of Paris, covering an area of 32.38 square kilometers, and is one of the most important aviation hubs in the world. In terms of passenger traffic, it ranks as the 9th busiest airport globally and 11th in cargo volume. Olis Airport primarily serves domestic passengers but also offers numerous flights to cities across Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and the Americas. In terms of location, the airport is situated 13 kilometers south of Paris and covers a total area of 15.3 square kilometers. Paris, the city of light and dazzling splendor. Currently, Paris is the largest economic hub in France and ranks among the cities with the highest GDP in the world at $311.4 billion, contributing nearly 10.3% of the national GDP while accounting for only 3.2% of the population. The capital's GDP per capita reaches $148,074, which is 3.2 times the national average. GDP, despite having only 18.6% of the national population. The region. To achieve these impressive results, the economy of the Île-de-France region primarily focuses on commerce and services. Specifically, out of a total of 390,480 businesses, approximately 8.6% operate in trade, transportation, and services. Meanwhile, construction businesses account for only 6.5%, and industry makes up 3.8%. Additionally, the French capital is also home to the headquarters of many multinational corporations and important organizations. One of the key economic sectors of the Île-de-France region is tourism. According to 2019 statistics, before the COVID-19 pandemic broke out, Paris and the Île-de-France region welcomed approximately 50.6 million visitors. In 2022, the Paris region welcomed a total of 22.2 million domestic visitors and 28.4 million international tourists, contributing $24.5 billion to the French economy. This marks a positive recovery for the tourism sector after 2 years of severe impact from the pandemic. However, by 2023, the number of tourists had still not recovered to pre-pandemic levels, with a total of 47.5 million visitors, including 21.6 million domestic and 25.9 million international tourists. Nevertheless, thanks to hosting the third Olympic Games, the city of Paris is expected to welcome around 50 million visitors in 2024. One of the most captivating features of the City of Light is its array of impressive architectural landmarks. The most prominent is undoubtedly Notre Dame Cathedral, with its towering twin bell towers, vibrant stained glass windows, and intricate system of arches. However, on April 15, 2019, a devastating fire engulfed much of the structure, including the roof and the spire. By 2021, reconstruction efforts officially began and are expected to be completed, with the site reopening to the public on December 8, 2024. Additionally, there is the castle named Nebula, a prime example of Renaissance architecture. This place once served as the residence for many generations of French kings, with interiors adorned by exquisite murals and intricate sculptures. But the most outstanding masterpiece is the Palace of Versailles. Renowned for its vast gardens, magnificent fountain systems, and exquisitely decorated chambers, Versailles is not only a symbol of wealth and power but also exudes regal elegance, situated just on the outskirts of Paris. Moreover, the heart of France boasts numerous famous architectural works from diverse styles. Among them, the Arc de Triomphe is a quintessential symbol of the neoclassical style, with its exquisite sculptural details. It stands as one of the most impressive structures in the capital and a cultural icon of Paris, alongside the Eiffel Tower. Another notable landmark is the Louvre Museum, housed in a historic palace spanning over 210,000 square meters. It preserves and displays precious artworks from antiquity to modern times, most famously Leonardo da Vinci's Mona Lisa. Not only renowned for its architecture, Paris has long been hailed as the world's fashion capital, the birthplace of cutting-edge trends and styles. This city is home to legendary luxury fashion houses like Chanel and Dior, names that have shaped the global fashion industry. Notably, Paris is also where trend-setting collections debut, influencing the entire world, epitomized by events like Paris Fashion Week. Moreover, this is a region with a vibrant and storied sports history. It has hosted numerous prestigious sporting events, such as the French Open, one of the 4 most prestigious Grand Slam tournaments in the world. The Champs-Élysées has also been the iconic finish line of the renowned Tour de France cycling race since 1975. Notably, over the past decade, Paris Saint-Germain, the home team of Parc des Princes, has risen to become one of the strongest forces in European football. Paris is truly the city of love and light, an eternal symbol of art and romance. Yet, behind that dazzling facade, there are still hidden corners not everyone can comprehend. Here are a few natural English translations, varying slightly in tone and rhythm. It is evident that Paris makes a significant contribution to the French economy with its large share of GDP. Although its population accounts for only a small portion, this reflects both a higher standard of living and a cost of living that is more expensive than the national average. This is one of the cities with the highest per capita income in Europe, but the income disparity between districts and areas is very significant. According to INSEE data, the top 20% of the wealthiest population here earn 4 times more than the bottom 20% of the poorest population. Particularly, uneven urbanization and economic development have widened the wealth gap between districts. The central and western areas of Paris feature modern infrastructure and a high quality of life, while the northern and eastern areas are primarily home to low-income residents and the homeless. The inner city currently has around 3,600 people moving on the streets, train stations, and other public areas. When including the suburban areas, the number of homeless people could reach 30,000 to 40,000, 10 times the initial figure. Real estate prices here are very expensive, especially in the central and western areas of the city. The average price per square meter ranges from $11,000 to $14,300, depending on the location. Real estate prices in districts such as 7, 8, 16, and 17 are exceptionally high, even reaching over $16,500 per square meter. The northern and eastern districts, such as the 19th and 20th arrondissements, have significantly lower prices. Apartment rental prices in Paris are extremely expensive, especially in the central areas and the western part of the city. For a one-bedroom apartment in central Paris, the monthly rent ranges from approximately $1,300 to $2,200. In more remote areas, rental prices can range from $900 to $1,650 United States dollars for a similar apartment. From then on, the glamorous Paris gradually split into two distinct halves, with one darker part being the areas of low average income. With a multitude of social issues such as unemployment, poor living conditions, and difficulties in accessing social services. This is the reason why theft and pickpocketing have become so common in Paris. Every year, thousands of thefts occur here, with the number of cases rising sharply during the tourist season. The majority of criminals in this group are immigrants, primarily from Muslim-majority countries in Africa that were once French colonies. Due to isolation, ostracism, and discrimination, they are more likely to turn to crime. A shocking statistic reveals that 70% of prisoners in France are Muslim, while this group makes up only about 10% of the country's total population. Even many people have joined extremist organizations and directly carried out terrorist acts. The November 2015 attack in Paris claimed the lives of 131 people. The center of France is also a frequent site for large-scale protests, often revolving around issues such as labor reforms or social welfare policies. Notably, the 2018 protest on the famous Champs-Élysées Avenue stood out, opposing the sharp rise in fuel prices. Recently, protests against pension reforms have turned Paris into a real battleground. City of Garbage, a large population and high number of tourists have led to a sharp increase in waste volume, while waste collection efforts fail to keep up. Not only that, but the waste also ravages the Seine River, severely tarnishing the soul of France. Despite the water quality not meeting safety standards, the swimming segment of the triathlon event at the Paris 2024 Olympics will still take place in the Seine River. Paris, with its dazzling beauty and reputation as one of the world's most livable cities, never fails to captivate the heart. Always radiant as the symbol of prosperity and abundance. But behind the glittering skyscrapers or bustling trendy streets, the reality of growing social inequality is becoming increasingly evident. The contrast between the light and dark areas within Paris is not just a persistent challenge for the French capital. The passage also serves as a reminder of the crucial role fairness plays in building a sustainable society. Just in the past 5 minutes, we've shared with you a side of France's capital that isn't quite as dreamy as imagined. What does Paris look like to you? Feel free to share your perspective in the comments below. Hello everyone, and see you all in the upcoming videos.